Hi everybody, Conrad Zimmerman here, ready to answer some of the questions off of my Ask FM page. If you want to ask a question, just go to the address right there, ask.fm/Conrad Zimmerman, and you put it in a little box and it sends it to me, and then maybe I read it and you get your answer. That's how it works. It's pretty simple. First question, what inspired your move to New York City? Now, yeah, I mentioned this on Twitter. That I'm actually going to be moving from Portland, Oregon to New York City sometime in the next few weeks. My wife has secured a really awesome job opportunity there. She's a researcher into urban design and public spaces, and so she's going to go work for the Project for Public Spaces in New York City, which is a nonprofit organization that does research in these areas, and it's really a fantastic opportunity. They're a highly sought after company, or nonprofit organization, I guess I should say. So so she's going to go work for them as a researcher and as a writer, and that's really exciting for her. It's really everything she could have hoped to have gotten from having gone to graduate school. To go into a job like that in her field is exactly what she desired. So we're pretty excited about that. And since I can more or less do my job from just about anywhere, and all things considered, New York City is a pretty great place to write about games from, as there's a lot of stuff that's going on there all the time. So it works out really well for everyone, and that's why we're doing it. So thanks for asking. Next question. Are you optimistic about the future of Steam machines? Will it draw traditional console gamers? Tough question. I don't know if I'm really undecided. I'm really torn as to whether or not the Steam machines are going to be a massive success or just a small success. Right now, I think in this first generation of Steam machines, it's going to be kind of like the extra car, the second car you have to go out and tool around with and have some fun with for the PC gaming crowd, who will be the early adopters, already are well aware of the benefits of Steam. But to get it out to the mass console market is going to require a really strong marketing campaign, and the way Valve is approaching the Steam machines by having basically the platform and letting everyone else design hardware for it. It takes the idea is for them that they can be a success or they cannot be a success, and they'll market them themselves and they'll spread the idea of the console. And it's similar to sort of how Google approached Android, but Google and Android had problems with sort of making sure that the platform was supported properly across all devices, and that updates would come in. And so I think Valve has a lot of challenges to approaching a console design in this manner. That said, the Steam machines do have some really great advantages over the traditional console cycle, in that they are basically PCs, and there will be a huge launch library available at any time someone decides to buy the Steam machine for themselves. So, as opposed to, with the PlayStation 4 right now and the Xbox One, everybody who rushed out and bought one of those, and myself included, I have a PlayStation 4, and it's a great piece of hardware, but there's very little to play on them right now, and will be for a good length of time, because that's just how console cycles work. But PC cycle doesn't exist. Stuff's constantly coming out for it. There's always new stuff, and it's an ongoing linear progression, as opposed to a closed cycle. And that's going to mean that there's a lot more potential opportunity for product to be available and draw people in right out the gate. Still, I don't have a whole lot of confidence in the first few years that it's going to take things by storm. But over time, Valve could really develop a nice little niche for themselves in the console market, particularly as the consoles are resembling PCs more and more, and people are getting more frustrated with some of the more restrictive aspects of consoles. Next question. Go to Awesomenauts. Awesomenauts is a 3 versus 3 multiplayer online battle arena game. It's a 2D platform style that I really love to play. I play it with Jordan DeVore all the time. And the two characters I play the most frequently on there are I go between Voltar, who is a support healing character, and he has some offensive capabilities. Man, you find someone who plays Voltar offensively well, and you'll be surprised how potent he can be there. And then I also like to play Gnaw, which is another more defensive character typically, though I do like to get aggressive with bite and speed and get in people's faces with it. So for the people who play Awesomenauts, there you go. That's who I play. And if you don't play it, go check it out. It's really, really fun. They just did a Kickstarter not that long ago for DLC that will be released shortly. As I understand it, won't be too much longer before that's out. And it's a really great game. It's coming to PlayStation 4 soon too. So check it out. It's fun. Next up, what do you think is the device most commonly used for watching pornography? Now, I'm sure there are actually easily found statistics on this. The adult entertainment industry has always been really transparent about their stats for some reason. If I had to guess, and I do because I don't have the research in front of me, I would say DVD. I would say that the DVD platform is probably the place where the most common porn consumption is, and that's simply because of penetration, which sounds kind of funny in the context of porn. But the DVD players are cheap, widely available now. It's the platform that almost everybody is going to have a DVD player in their home at this point. Not everyone will have access to a computer or the internet in order to view pornography, and then of course that would rule out mobile devices and phones and tablets and all of that too for most people. I think the DVD player is still ubiquitous enough and surrounds us enough. I mean, there's plenty of adult films, adult video stores that still do very, very, very well, it seems, because they're all still in business. So I don't think the online market has chipped away entirely. To the point, I think most porn is probably still watched on DVD. Wow, that was a really serious answer to what was probably a really flippant question. Next one. Out of all the games in 2013, Spelunky won Game of the Year at PC Gamer. Thoughts? I think it's awesome. I love Spelunky, as should be evidenced by the fact that most of the videos on my channel are me playing Spelunky every day. I do play Spelunky almost every day. I've played Spelunky probably more times in 2013 than I played any other game. Maybe not length of time invested, because you can play Spelunky for 10 minutes and put it down pretty easily. A lot of games can be 2 or 3 minutes. So as opposed to games that I'll play, for hours and hours and hours and hours. But that said, the sheer frequency and allure of it, and the fact that it keeps drawing me back, just tells me what a fantastic game it is. And I think it's very deserving of a Game of the Year title. It says a lot to me that an indie game, or a smaller game like that, as opposed to a big AAA bombastic title, manages to get that nod. But I think it's wonderful because it really demonstrates that it's a great game, and it is a very pure gaming experience. There's nothing like Spelunky. It's very challenging, it's very rewarding, and it's extremely, extremely satisfying to play. So if you don't play Spelunky, and watch some of the videos on my channel and check it out, because it's a really deep, smart, fun platformer that has endless replayability. Next up, how far have you gotten in Binding of Isaac? The Binding of Isaac is, and this is our last question, wow. The Binding of Isaac is a great, fun game. I played a lot of hours of it, before the first DLC came out. And I had unlocked just about everything. I think I'd probably done about all that you could do in Binding of Isaac prior to the Wrath of the Lamb DLC coming out. And then once they moved the goalpost on me, I wasn't as compelled to come back, and I found that a lot of the stuff that was put into Wrath of the Lamb made it less satisfying to play. It seemed that you were either going to wind up severely overpowered or severely underpowered in most runs, as opposed to, being able to find that middle ground where your skill matters just as much. So it's been difficult to get me to come back to it, but I've been considering it as a possible replacement for Conrad Goes to Hell if I should ever actually finish Hell and Spelunky on the channel. I might move on to Conrad Goes to Sheol and try to clear Binding of Isaac. So anyway, that's all our questions for this week. Thanks again for watching. If you have a question of your own, don't forget, hit the Ask FM page that you see listed in the link right there. You can also, please feel free to follow me on Twitter. I am at Conrad Zimmerman. And if you're not subscribed to this channel, well, why not? I mean, look at this mustache. How could you refuse? Do it. Thanks for watching. We'll see you later.